What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 8 of Minecraft and My Feelings. So, if you guys are new here, this is what we've been doing for the past over a week now. And if you guys are not new here, I always appreciate the support you guys have been giving me. In fact, some of the comments you guys have been leaving recently have pretty much almost left me in tears, which is, believe it or not, a good thing. Once again, if I feel off, again, we're still using the new control scheme that I have. It's been interesting because I've been trying to get back into my PvP era, if that makes sense. I used to be like actually really big into PvP, not so much anymore. But yeah, that used to be all I did for fun. So, let's see. Well, what's going on today? Basically, I slept all day. I kind of totally did not stay up all night, like we talked about several episodes ago, where that's basically all I do now is stay up, which, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, so stayed up all night, so that's why if I seem maybe tired, that would be why. Probably because I am tired. But that's just how life has been. I know a lot of you have been leaving some kind words in the comments, and I do read them always, and I always appreciate it. It means a lot to me when you guys let me know, talk to me about how you guys are doing. Because believe it or not, I do care on, a decent amount. Not, boy, English. I care a lot. I think, because I've been kind of asking myself a lot recently is, how long do I want this series to really go on for? And I can't come up with a, answer, if that makes sense. I think I want to keep the series going on for an extended period of time. It's fun to do. Some of you guys have said things like, you want me to keep the series going, and as long as there's a want for it, I may as well, right? Like, I'm not losing anything. All I'm doing is talking about my feelings come, end of the day, which, might be difficult for some people, and it certainly isn't, like, easy to sit down and talk to people about your feelings, but, I could certainly do it, especially if there's people that want it, if that makes sense. Now, I think, recently I know we talked a lot about how I get really frustrated, especially when it comes to YouTube, when I post a video and it doesn't do well, or blah, 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 blah. So recently, we've had a little bit more luck. Not luck, but, we've had a couple of videos on the channel perform a little bit better, which is always good. I'm always going to be, I'm not trying to be that guy that's like, it's all about the views and it's all about this. End of the day, it's not. It's about what I'm doing on here. But it certainly feels really well. It feels really nice when the channel has, views, and it has people that are watching the content. Because, obviously I would like my channel to do well. You're not gonna find a single YouTuber that goes, I don't, care if my channel performs well or bad. Like, everyone does, to at least a degree. Some more than others. Some will genuinely lose their mind if they're not getting views and getting subscribers and whatnot. I'm not gonna do that, but I obviously do like to have, views and subscribers and people, because at the end of the day, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. This is what I enjoy doing. So let's see. Sleeping, we talked about sleeping. That's been pretty much nil. No sleep. Not a lot of it, at least. There's the F1 race tonight, which I will watch probably just because my roommate loves it. So we'll watch it just because why not? And then I guess as far as everything else recently, been going through a bit. I know we have to go. I have a St. Louis trip coming up where I'm gonna go see my family. That should be okay for the most part. It is always rough to a degree having to deal with family. I know you guys can probably relate because, it's definitely no one's favorite thing in the whole wide world. But it has to happen at some point or the other, So may as well just do it, get it over with. Now, I think, or not that I think, but one of the things that's been bugging me a lot recently has been a certain number I ran. I talked about it. I actually haven't talked to anyone about it, but my biggest goal for the channel this year was to hit 10,000 subscribers, which, you know, it's doubling, it's over doubling our subscriber count. And the thing is, I have to keep this in mind, and you gotta bear with me here. When the channel started, when I started my channel, obviously I did not know as much about YouTube as I do now. I knew less. And so obviously I wasn't going to be growing at the same rate that I can now. So for me and my brain, you know I can go from averaging, you know, the 5 subscribers I'd probably get a week back then. I know I can average that over a day now. To me, I really want to hit 10,000 subscribers this year. The number for it is if I average 20 subscribers, a week or a day, I won't hit it. If I average 21, I'll barely hit it. Right now, the channel averages 6.6 a day. And I'm pretty sure that's gone down significantly the last 2 days. Which, as you guys can probably guess, is pretty significantly below the goal. And I know, again, you know, I'm still going to do this for fun, but it's frustrating when... I'm pushing the wrong thing. It's frustrating when you have a goal and it just feels like it's completely out of reach. But I guess that's just life. You know, that's just how it is. And I know a lot of you guys, for the most part, you know, do care. I don't mean for the most part, I just mean, like, in general. Obviously, it's I appreciate everyone who watches the content, and I talk about my feelings and stuff. Because it's been a rough week. It's been a rough, you know, it's been a rough minute here. Been a rough go at it recently. So just kind of always trying my best. And I know we talked about this a lot, where it's like giving 110% but not receiving 110% back, or barely receiving anything. That's how I felt like for the past this entire like month. You know, I said it like 3 episodes ago. I have not gone to bed before 6 a.m. or fallen asleep before 6 a.m. this entire month. And it's just been, you know, non-stop depression, non-stop anxiety, non-stop, you know, mental issues. And it's been really hard. And then, you know, I had a lot of people. I had someone the other day tell me, I forget. It was something along the lines of clearly, if I'm not getting better, I'm not trying my hardest, or I'm not trying. And that really hurt, because I do try. I'm trying my best. And I was just kind of confused, because, like, I'm like, man, I am trying my best. Like, I am genuinely, you know, trying my best. And they were like, no, clearly you're not, if you're not getting better. And I'm like, I didn't really know what to say. So I was like, I don't know. You know, if you think I'm not doing my best, I can't make you think any differently. But it feels like I'm just getting to a point where I'm trying so hard, it literally is hurting me mentally, physically. I used to, you know, I'm not a, what's it called? I'm not a very fit person. Like, I mean, I am, but I'm not. I used to play hockey, I played soccer. I did both very, you know, more professionally or whatever. I used to love going on long walks to clear my head, and now I haven't gone on a significant walk in so long, because I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Like, I couldn't be bothered to do it, if that makes sense. And, you know, I know that might be a wee bit of an issue, you know, because I do need to, you know, I used to use walks to kind of get out of my mental space, and can't really do that anymore, because I don't do it anymore. And that's definitely an issue, but it just kind of, you know, I'm pushing the wrong button. It just kind of kind of is what it is. And I know, I think honestly the biggest thing that keeps me going is I haven't even told anyone this. So you guys, if you guys are still watching, you'll be the first to hear this. But several weeks ago, probably about 2 at this point, I was ready to be done. Like, I was tired. I was like, screw this, screw life, screw everything. And my mom had called me, and my little brother was there. And, he knew I was not feeling great. And I guess he heard my voice, whatever. My mom told me later he had asked her if they could pack their bags and come see me because he's not doing well. He's upset. I don't want him sad. And I was that broke me. I'm about to start crying now. But that just completely broke me, and I was like, God, I can't just give up, especially if this little guy is over here and he's worried about me, and he's 13. He just turned 13. Like, he's my little brother, and he's over here, worried about me, and I'm like, I can't do this if I can't do anything if it's gonna, like, I can't break his heart. Like, I can't do that. And that biggest, honestly, biggest reason I haven't given up at all, it was that one call, and I was like, I can't do this. Like, that just broke me. And that's just, that's how life is, and how it's been going. But I couldn't do that. That would have just absolutely broken him, and I can't do it. It would have broke my mom too, and I just can't do that. But yeah, anyways, the sun is beyond set. We're well over our time, but I felt like that was important to talk, because I haven't told anyone that at all, and so that felt like something that was worth talking about. But the sun is setting on episode 8. Sun is set on episode 8, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Maybe we'll do an extended episode depending on how the rest of today goes, but I felt kind of heavy, and I hope at least one person heard it. But yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow.